Hello, stampers and crafters. This is Kevon from ktstamps.com, creating cards for you. And I am so happy to be here today, and I'm removing this as fast as I can because someplace in my room I have a glare, and I cannot figure out where the glare is coming from. So please help me out and be patient while I get through this time today because it's Wednesday and it's hump day and we're almost to Friday, and I'm just happy to have you here. So, this is our wonderful sketch that we are doing today. It is brought to you by the Beyond the Challenge, which is one of my favorite groups. And I call this a 3 panel front of a card. So today, I know that most everybody just does straight up and down vertical panels. I decided today that I'm going to think outside the box just a little bit. So today, these are the 2 cards that you will be creating. First one we're going to do, oh my goodness, I can't believe the glare, will be this. It's going to be a horizontal card, and it's called Love You. So I just kind of threw that together. I love the paper. I love the die cuts. I love everything about this. So exciting. This paper's going to go away, so I wanted to do as much as I can. And then the second one is panels going down, but instead of having the circle where you write your comments at, I wanted to do something where it was on the bottom. And again, these are 2 easy sketches to use, and I'm even doing a couple of these sketches, just for regular cards that I'm going to use in a swap. So I feel really excited about sharing these with you today. So we're going to get ourselves started with what I call the love card. Now the love card is coming to you, and wow, this is going to be big, for the Forever Love Designer Series paper. And I used these leaves to kind of have a vertical view, but we're going horizontal. Remember, all the dimensions are on my blog, www.ktstamps.com, and that's where you can find everything that you need. So on the back of these, I had this nice, Moody Mauve, but I decided I really wanted to go with a little bit of gold today. Kind of feeling like that. And then I used, yes, that's what I'm searching for. I hope I can find it. No, I can't find it. Oh my goodness, I used them all up. It's this one right here, and it has a small little flower on the other side. You can see. So it's this one with the small little flower over here. Okay, and it's kind of going in an upward trajectory. So that's what I used. Here it is too, only partial of it. And I just cut around, and then I use the die cuts to cut this out. Whoops, it hung up in the camera and everything. Woohoo! It is going to be a fun Wednesday. So with that, I got all this stuff. So we are doing the Lifetime of Love bundle, and we are using just the flower stamp. This, I should put it right here. The flower stamp. Oh, golly, Miss Molly. The flower stamp and the Love You. And that is what we're using today for our stamping. We are also using the Festive pearls. And you guys know that they are the red, the green, the silver, and the gold. We are using the Petal pink Stampin' pad. We're using the pretty Peacock stamping pad. We are also, I just brought this out. This was my die cut. And this is going to be a two-parter die cut. And you can see that the middle just left. And what I'm going to do is put it all together in just a minute so I can show you how I kept it all together. So we can use that. And before I get going, this has a nice little crease in here. So I am going to bring out my paper snips and just cut this off up here. There we go. So I'm going to cut that out so you can also use it. And I'm just getting rid of the middle. So we will put that together, but I wanted you to see it. We're using the blending brushes. And then I have my two stamps that I'm going to use today. So in here, oh, I did do that. Okay. I am going to need my cutter. I didn't know that I was going to use that. I thought I had already cut that up. Okay, so I will tell you what the dimension of that is with my handy dandy. If you don't have one of these rulers, they're the Victor ruler. They're an easy to read ruler. You can tell like they have 1/8, 1/4, 3/8, 1/2. Big old, numbers so you know where the inches are. This is one of my favorite. So this is measuring 4.5 by 3.5. And the panels each are 1.5 by 3.5. All right, so we're going to cut those up. Bringing in my handy dandy cutter. So these are going to be 1.5 inches that we are going to cut across. There we go. So that's what we're going to use. All right, on all of this, we have our regular card base. And I'm trying to get all this out of the way so you can at least see what we're doing. All right, so we are just going to add the Moody Mauve on front. I think we are doing this part, this one, yes. We have two different sizes of Moody Mauve. So I wanted to make sure that I got the right one. Before we do that, we are going to take these and we are just going to lay these out. And to make sure that they are exactly where we want them. Then I'm just going to bring in my liquid glue and I'm just going to give it a nice little rub with the glue. Put it at the top. I always want to make sure that I put the top and the bottom on first. There we go. Because the middle one fits in nice and easy. But I want to make sure that these guys are on point with each other. And then I have my last one. There we go. So that's what I have for the front. So now what I'm doing is that I'm going to bring in my are they called? My foam adhesive. Was it my foam sheet? My foam adhesive sheets. And all I am doing is bringing those in so I can adhere these down. And then I just have one more to put on here. Oh, so exciting. There we go. So we have that. Bringing this in. And while we are doing this, noise that you hear outside, we got our trees trimmed and our plum tree trimmed. So I'm hoping everything is going well out there. So now all I'm going to do is match this up and make sure that it is going the right direction and that these will fit right in to the holes. Now on this, what I'm going to do to keep these in place is that I am using my dimensionals, and they are just going to keep everything in place. And I like to put one on each so they stay. And then I'm just going to pop this up. So then it just stays right where I want it. And it's just so easy. And I just think it looks absolutely elegant, having these popped up. And it just gives, hopefully you can see that, it just gives you this really nice, I'm going to add a little bit of pink on the outside, but it just is so nice when it comes to having the whole thing, so you don't just kind of have a hole, you have everything. So it can lay itself wide open. So all I'm going to do is get my brush. I want this to be really, really light. So I am just doing circles around. So then there's just a little touch of color. Pink is the Petal pink is also included in this designer series paper. So I just thought, you know, I really want to bring it in. But I'm going to have something that's going to be very interesting because I need to stamp now. And I put this all together before I stamped. Ah! So we'll see how this goes. All right. And again, golly, I do not know where that blur is coming from. Or the glare. Oh, drives me crazy. All right, so here we go. Well, it's better than what I expected. Oh, we got a little bit all over the place, but okay, we're just gonna go with it. Somebody will appreciate my handmade card. And I know that for me, I love handmade cards. I love getting them. I love it when people tell me how much they really enjoy my cards. I am now going to just take scissors and cut the edges off because I want to make sure that you can't see anything when you put it all together. And I love that. I love being able to trim what I don't need. And then I'm putting this on the bottom, and I hope you guys can. No, shoot, can't see. Dang it. You can see now just a little bit. And again, I am so sorry. I have taken over an hour and a half to try to figure out this glare, to change where I have been, to change what I am doing. And so far, nothing is working. So you guys, I'm really, really sorry about that. So now all I'm doing is taking off my dimensionals. And I am just going to put this in the center of the card. There we go. I love how pretty that is. Oh, I'm sorry about the little oops at the top, but we're going with it. I have a friend of mine who doesn't even notice any of these. So there we go. We have a beautiful roses at the bottom. And then I am going to bring in my, I don't know where my pick tool is. I'm a little bit out of I don't want, yeah I do. Out of sorts because of my glare today. So please forgive me for wanting this to be a little bit on the perfect side. Then we're going to open this up, and I am going to take my rose, and I am going to stamp once on the bottom, and then once on the top, and then I'm just going to put it all together. So there we are. And our first card is almost complete. I love the way Very Vanilla fits with this Moody Mauve. Oh my goodness. So there's our first card. And I'm really glad you can't see my boo-boos that I made. They are very glaring to me. So that's our first card that we're putting together, that we've put together. So then the next card, you know, is made out of the Flight and Airy Designer Series paper. Now, some of you are going, why in the world is she taking all this retired stuff? You know, guys, we have a lot of stuff this year that is retiring, so I really want to take a chance just to give it a little because I love all the retiring stuff that's leaving, and I just think that it's a good time to use up as much as you can. So with this card, we have our panels, and I know that these panels are cut. We have our Boho blue, and it's the textured ribbon. Boho blue textured ribbon. This is what it looks like. We're stamping in Memento. We are using this fabulous little fern leaf flower, and it's going to be just put on the inside of the card. So there's the inside, and it is done with some soft sea foam, and then we have just a strip on the bottom. We are using the stamp from, I can't thank you enough, from our Postage stamp set. I have everything that we need in here. I'm sorry, this is the Perennial postage. So we have all that ready to rock and roll. We are also using these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful blooming pearls. And these are pretty, are petal pink, but you know, they just go so beautiful, I think, with the bubble bath in this. So I'm really excited about that. All right, so as I gather everything out today, we are using 2 parts of the Designer Series paper. So this is birds, but over here looks like it is a little bit of the fresh freesia and the bubble bath. So here we have our 3 panels, and again, I like to go from the right and left so I have enough room, because we put the last one just in the middle. And again, I am using my liquid glue. And I'm doing this so these panels all flow together. So there's my first one. Here's my third one. And as the sun comes out, it looks like it is getting worse. I may have to start doing mornings again. I am really sorry about the glare. Really, really, really sorry. I do not know what that is all about. I've turned off lights, I've turned on lights, I've closed my curtains, I've opened my curtains, and it does not seem to work right now. Nothing was working. So now there's my panels, and it just I feel like it kind of flows together. I am then going to take my Memento and my I Can't Thank You Enough, and I'm just going to stick that down in the bottom. So it's just going to be right down here in the bottom. And again, I do not enjoy stamping in front of you guys, because of what that happens that first time. I usually get stuck a lot. So I have this, and I have my glue dot, and all I'm going to do is put this down on the bottom so I cover up the edges of the panels. All right, and then I'm going to take another glue dot and hook this all together. And I know that we are experiencing technical difficulties with my internet. I do not know what's going on with my internet either, so I am really sorry about that. All right, so I have that, and then I'm going to add this, and I hope this is still recording. Sometimes when I have internet issues, before I do that, let me turn this over and adhere it down. I ran out of tape, so now I have to get a new one. And this is just my seal. All right, so now I am just sticking that down. Before I do that, I am having issues with my card lining up correctly, so I want to make sure that it is correct. Give it a nice little crease in it. There we go. Now I'll add my bow. And on the inside, then we are going to glue this down with our liquid glue. And then, I think I want it to go this way. And then I'm going to stick that down. And then I'm backwards. I knew I was going to do that again. I forgot to do that at the very beginning. So I'm being a doctor right now and performing surgery. So now all I'm doing is taking this, putting a dimensional behind it, and another one over on the next one. Right before I did this, I said, please keep on. Remember that you need to adhere your plant down with mini dimensionals. And I even said that to myself, doggone it. All right. So here we go. So all I'm going to do now is press that down. Now, I did not write anything on the inside because I like to take my time and really decide who I want to send these cards to. So I am not going to write anything in the card right now. But I am going to bring in my pearls. Love these blooming pearls. They're just beautiful. I wish that they were going to hang around for a little bit longer. But anyway, I want to put one right here in front of the sentiment. And then I'm just finding some spaces that I want to emphasize. So I put them over there. And wow, we got our cards done. Yay! This has been forever. Oh my God. And I hope you can see that. I wish I could say that this is blurry, but it isn't even blurry. Oh my God. And here are the bottom ones. You guys, these cards are absolutely beautiful. I am so sorry that you can't see them very well. Let me see if I switch the top and the bottom, if you can really see the top and how beautiful those cards are. Oh, because I don't know if I bring them up. No, you can't see them as well. But anyway, these are the cards that I created today, and I absolutely love them, and I hope you love them too, and I hope that you will take time to put these cards together, to enjoy what I'm doing. I really thank you for being here. I absolutely love creating cards for you, and I look forward to seeing you next week. All right, so again, with a blur, my name is Kevon, and I'm at ktstamps.com, and I love creating cards for you. Have a great day, you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.